What's going on, everybody? It's been a while since we've done one of these solo videos. Sorry about that. I've been trying to keep a lot of my thoughts and opinions about gaming and shit like that on the podcast. You know, we've been having a little bit of trouble here as of late, trying to get this thing sorted out. But I'm hoping to be back maybe next week, at the latest the week after, going strong with the show. So this video probably will. And I would just like to see if you guys wouldn't mind going over to the Deadhead Entertainment YouTube channel and give me a subscribe. And this video should be on. That's what I was trying to finish saying, was this video should be on YouTube shortly after I make it. But look, I'm not really trying to stay on this. Okay, I'm not trying to make a super long video here. I'm sorry. It's been a while, so it's going to come off a little awkward, okay? I'm sorry about that. So I want to talk about Starfield, man. You know, the reason why I'm inspired, the inspiration behind this video was I've been seeing a lot of videos about it. You know, obviously with the game, the Xbox showcase and all that stuff. It showed Starfield at the very end. With, you know, before that, it was a bunch of bullshit games that I don't really have any personal interest in. Obviously, Starfield was the highlight of that for me, as far as interest. Not really what they showed me was anything spectacular, but it was the only thing that really kind of got, I guess you could say, intrigue from me, I guess. So I wanted to talk about that, and I think the reason why I want to talk about it is because I've been playing this game as of recently, and I'm almost done with it. I finished the first DLC. I'm gonna start the second, and I'm gonna finish the main story because I wanted to, you know, do it all in one package. But the reason why I started playing Outer Worlds is because of the showcase and because of the gameplay that they showed. And I really wanted to get into a game that was very Fallout-like, but not Fallout, because I've beaten Fallout 4, and it was a while ago. I probably could have went through that again, made some different choices, things like that. But I wanted to play Outer Worlds because I picked up the game before, and I dropped it within like the first hour playing it, and I've heard great things about it. And upon doing so, I'm really glad I did, because I'm enjoying the shit out of the game. But with that being said, I just kind of want to talk about like the hate that I've been seeing about Starfield, and just kind of, I guess, not really like giving it a good tuggy, but really like just trying to just kind of talk about the things that I like about it, things I don't like, and things that I hope comes of the game. You know, I think this game is getting, all right, before they showed the gameplay, this gameplay was getting next level hype. And honestly, it's like deja vu, because what's another game that a lot of people gave all this unnecessary hype for? Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is it's how can I say this? The game's not crap, okay? Like I will say that. The game is not crap. I actually like Cyberpunk for what it is. I've only played maybe a max of 10 hours. And that was because the first time I played it, I got like 7 or 8 hours in, but it was buggy as hell on Xbox. So I stopped playing it, and I think Valhalla came out around close around that time. Or I think Valhalla came out. I took a break to play Cyberpunk. Didn't really care for it. Played Valhalla. That was a big mistake too. And then I picked up again after some patches. It was okay. I just kind of lost interest, and other stuff came out. And now they get the next gen update. I haven't really played too much into it, mostly because I just don't know what console I want to play it off of. But anyway, that's besides the point. The hate that Starfield is getting is the same hate that Cyberpunk is getting. Like, you know, I think that gamers have become really toxic. You know, I've grown to realize that more and more as time has gone on, being on Twitter. And I'm just seeing like people just bashing the absolute shit out of this game, and they haven't even played it yet. Look, let's be real. Let's look at the gameplay. All right, the gameplay doesn't look all that exciting to me. Matter of fact, it looks kind of generic. I've said that word a couple times today. I might say it a couple times in this video, so I apologize for that. But it does look generic. It looks like I've been there. I feel like I've done that. And especially upon playing Outer Worlds. Now, granted, by the time the game comes out, I'll be done with Outer Worlds. So It's not like I'm playing Outer Worlds and then I'm picking right back up on this. And the reason why I picked Outer Worlds 2 was the comparisons that it was getting with Outer Worlds. I was like, okay, well, I have Outer Worlds. I just haven't really played it. So I'm going to go ahead and play it through and see. And I've been having a blast with it. But there's things like Outer Worlds that I hope I don't see in Starfield. One thing that really disappoints me about it, and I just want to get this out the way before I talk about anything else with the game, is I think Todd Howard had confirmed that the ship gameplay and the world gameplay is like two different things, as in like in No Man's Sky. Okay, No Man's Sky is a prime example because it gets a lot of comparisons to that game, and rightfully so, right? You have like the mining tool that they show in the gameplay and all that stuff. But anyway, in No Man's Sky, you're able to freely fly your ship onto a planet. And I think that is such a, when I'll say next gen and current gen kind of interchangeably, but I mean PS5 and Series X, okay? I feel like that's so next gen, and No Man's Sky did that shit like a few years ago. And I think that's so cool that I can literally get in my ship, fly into space, and then I can, if I see another planet, like where it has my waypoint, I can fly to that ship, and then I can land anywhere on that planet. I think that's such a cool concept, man. Why don't companies do that more? That's taking risk. That's something that we don't see. That is, and look how small of a team that No Man's Sky comes from. I don't remember the name of the developer, so I apologize for that. But I think that's so cool, man. That a small team of like, I don't know, maybe I might be exaggerating, like 10 people. I mean, it might be. It's probably more than that. But I mean, still, that's fucking impressive, man. And it's like, why can't Bethesda do that? I don't understand. That's next gen. I'm about to rant here, okay? But I think it's rightfully so. These consoles have been out for 2 years now. This console lifespan is going to go on for like several more years, right? So I'm sure we'll get some really great, next gen titles. But we got to start seeing this shit, man. Like being able to land on the planet, anywhere on a planet, that's a given. If you're gonna have a game about space, you gotta let me do that. You have to, right? Especially if it's open world. Now, if it's narrative, like for instance, Callisto Protocol, okay, it's like a survival horror in space. Looks awesome. Looks like a Dead Space clone, but I think it deserves its respect. It looks awesome, right? That's a linear driven game. It's probably based probably on one planet, maybe two. You might go to like 2 planets, something like that. So I don't need to fly willfully to each one. But if you're gonna have an open world game like a lot of Bethesda's games are, especially like with their Elder Scrolls and Fallouts, and then now with Starfield, this is open world. If it's open world, then let it be open world. Don't limit me to just clicking a location on the planet. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to fly my ship. That's next gen right there. That is next gen gameplay. That's next gen. Like honestly, like it's honestly unbelievable that we're not going to be able to do that in this game. You know, with the development this shit's had. This shit was announced feels like 20 years ago. Again, I know it's exaggeration, but it's been announced a while ago, and you're not even going to be able to land freely. That's a gripe. That's a major gripe. Outer Worlds does that, and it's fine because I love Outer Worlds. I think it's so much fun. The characters are great. The side missions are impactful and they feel like they're not busy work. I feel like it's, I feel good after I finish them. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm wasting time when I'm doing these side quests. But I really wish you could. Like you have this ship and you can't even fly it and land anywhere you want. I think that'd be so cool, man. And the fact that Starfield's not going to do that, it just sucks, dude. But look. Gameplay looks fine. Graphically, it looks good. It looks better than Fallout 4. Like, did you see the character faces? It looks so much better. Does it look as good as like mine? Does it look as good as like people you see day to day? No, it's not. I don't. It's not quite there at all. Really, it's kind of off, but it's better. Like if you go play Fallout 4, you know what I mean. Like that's a good game. You know what I mean. It's an enjoyable game. It's super fun. Story's pretty good. Side quests are really. I think the side quests make that game what it is because the main story is interesting. Don't get me wrong, but side quests are really good. Working with the Brotherhood of Steel and shit like that. But look at the characters' faces. It's like it looks like they're like have like paralysis, and I know that's not funny. I'm not trying to make it like a joke about because it's a real condition, but their face looks kind of stuck, and it just like their mouth is just moving. They don't really show a lot of emotion. I think your character, the one you create at the beginning, has more emotion on his face than anybody in the game, which rightfully so, right? You are the main character of the story. But yeah, I mean, like, I look, the things I expect to be good. I expect the gameplay to be pretty decent when I actually have the controller in my hand and I'm playing. The music is going to be stellar. I will say too another negative while I'm thinking about it. By the way, as usual, my videos are not scripted, so I'm sorry I'm all over the place. But another thing I will say is Todd Howard. He was talking about, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was talking about how like there's gonna be like over like 1,000 some planets in this game. And when he said that, my eyes literally rolled into the back of my head because I'm sitting there like, who cares? Like that is not. Is that supposed to impress me? Is that supposed to make me feel good about your game? That honestly makes me scared. Let's be honest. Like that again, it goes back into gaming today is about quantity, not quality. That's why you're seeing all these little ass like cheery, like look, you literally have, and I know you can't see it right here. I have the Series S right here. I got the PS5 in the living room, my Series X in the living room, but you literally have some of the most powerful consoles, okay? And we're getting like little kitty ass like PS2 games. Like I don't understand why that's like whatever. Look, if you watch Xbox Showcase and you were like, oh shit, there's some games I want to play. Hey, have at it, man. I think it's gonna be great. But let's be real. Those games look like something like my little cousin would play. She's 5. You know what I mean? I feel like that's it that she would play on her Switch, which I have one of those too. But yeah, I mean, it looks like little Switch games. That's what it looks like. And not to hate on the Switch. I'm currently playing this on the Switch. And this is, again, you could say this is kid stuff. But what I'm saying is there's no I want these really, I was going to say grown up, but I want these really good, like, narrative-driven games that really take the power of these next-gen consoles and challenges them a bit. I want to hear my PS5 make it sound like a freaking plane a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, I love it. It's quiet. But I want to know that it's working, man. That sounds so bad. That sounds so redneck too. You know what I mean? You only know if it's working if it's making a loud sound. Like I mean, I want my PS5 to sound like a jet engine. I want my Xbox to be sweating. You know what I mean? I want these games that are going to challenge this new hardware, man. How are you going to have these next gen consoles that are supposed to be like mini PCs, and you're giving me games like fucking. There's literally a game where you're holding a gun and the gun talks to you. And you're like in this like you know like the Nickelodeon slime is like real like that lime green. That yeah, it's like you're in an area like that and it's a gun talking to you. Like what kind of shit is that? It's like someone was like tripping acid and said, "Hey, I got a good game we can make." I mean, again, like I have Game Pass, so if it comes to Game Pass, I'll be like, huh, fuck it, I'll cut it on. We'll see what happens. But let's be real, man. I want to play a game. I want these single player stories to be full of quality, not quantity. And to bring it back here to Starfield, I think Starfield could be a good game, man. I'm one of those, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I'm all for it. When I'm not gonna pre-order it yet, but I do plan to pre-order it. And maybe even the special edition, man. I love space games. I've grown to love space games. I haven't really been a big fan of them. Like a lot of people talk about Mass Effect. I have the Mass Effect trilogy, and I have yet to really pick it up. I played the first one. I played I think I put like 15 hours into it. And I think because the gameplay is just so old, I just didn't really care. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, I'm excited for it, man. I mean, excited is probably too far. I'm intrigued by it. I love Bethesda games. I think it's gonna be a good game. Let's not shit on it yet. Let's give it some time. Now look, if it comes out and it's a complete freaking mess, then I'll eat my freaking words. Hell, I'll probably make a video about it. That'd be funny. But fingers crossed. I think that Bethesda will knock it. Excuse me. I think Bethesda will knock it out of the park with this one. I just hope that the worlds that the story focuses on, they're really developed and they feel alive. And the story's impactful, man. I know with a silent protagonist that can be a little hard sometimes, but I hope like the characters you meet and stuff really makes you think, and the decisions you make are impactful to the world. I mean, look, that's all you want. In these games, you have the choice. Let me have the choice. Give me the freedom to play it. And I think it'll be good, man. I'm going to be optimistic about it. So look, you've been sitting here for about 15 minutes. What do you think about Starfield? Are you looking forward to it? Have you already got it pre-ordered? Are you planning to pre-order it? What do you think about Outer Worlds? Do you think Outer Worlds is a good basis as to what this game is going to bring? If it is, I'm all for it. I like it. Well, how do you feel about Outer Worlds? And what do you think about gaming in general? I think it'll be a good conversation. If you watch this video and you feel inclined to comment, please, by all means do that. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Deadhead Entertainment. If you watch this on Facebook, give me a like. Let me know you love me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Podcast hopefully next week. Later.